My name is Vincent Terrazi. I am so happy to be here because it is my first conference in US. I am product director for OnQual, and OnQual is the best SEO software tools in US world. As you can tell, I am French. Thank you. And a very bad cooker. 3 days ago, I almost killed myself cooking. So I would like to discuss with you about generative quality content. And there are a lot of SEO use cases. For example, image capturing. You can extract text from a pictures. You can use visual question and answering. Extract question from your text. You can use to attractive summarization in order to have a summary from your text on my preferred subject, full article generation. There are, I think, a lot SEO use text generation with this technique, text spinner. Text spinner, you can create a sentence by picking randomly word in the sentence. For example, here I can create writing unique article can be and so on and so on. But it's really bad because it is a poor content, because you can create similar content. So I don't think it is the best solution for you. Maybe a question. Google, what is the bad generating content? I found in Web Archive for 2016. Bad generating content for Google is text translated by automatic tools, text generated throughout automatic process, text generation using automatic synonyms, text generated from scrapping, on the worst, very used for negative SEO, combining content from different web pages. But now, Google, what is the bad generating content in 2019, this year? It's very interesting. They had only one line. And it is so smart. So smart because they add text that makes no sense to the reader, which may contain certain keywords. Now, they can manage all in your case with only one line. BERT. Everybody talks about BERT, but BERT is a transformer, acronym for bidirectional encoder representation from transformer. And BERT is very strong to detect bad content or poor content. There are a lot of use cases, but BERT is a big surprise now to create bad generating content. It's a paradox, because this year is the best year to use text generation. But the question is how? There are a lot of transformers on the market. The first is BERT from Google AI. Second is GPT-2, acronym for Generative Pre-training from OpenAI. OpenAI is a non-profit association funded by Elon Musk and other people with a small budget of $1 billion. There exists Elmo from Alan NLP and Yola Medfin from Journal. But I choose GPT-2. Why? Because there exists a big difference between transformer. BERT is a bidirectional transformer, but GPT-2 is a unidirectional transformer. So BERT needs a context in the right or in the left of word. But GPT-2 don't need. and it's perfect for text generation. Transformers use a lot mechanism. They can understand the dependency between input and output with a very strong mechanism named attention. An attention model is very interesting for us. Why? Because there exists a lot of patterns with attention. For example, I am sure you know attention to the next word or attention to the previous word. It is BERT because it is bidirectional. But there exists another attention. For example, attention to identical words. Interesting. But it exists attention to identical words in other sentences. So a transformer can choose what type of attention I need. Pattern 5, attention to other predictive word. It is the next word on the word. On the last, but not the least, the pattern 6, attention to delimiter token. Transformer is very sensible to delimiter token. It is, for example, a question tag, a point, a semicolon, and so on. So now, okay, you understand what is attention, what is a transformer. We are going to test. So, as a bad cooker, I choose omelette with IP. So you can go to talktotransformer.com and you write making an omelette in simple on just the number 1. Artificial intelligence can create the text 1. Begin by opening up the box. 2. Remove the top layer of plastic, and so on. Okay, easy. So interesting. All model exist in English. Okay. Just need to translate. What do you think? Of course not. Translation is like this. For example, in French, we have a lot of bias with small talk, idiom, local name entity, aorist verb. It's so complicated to translate. So, what is the solution? How to scale? The best solution to scale is to create your own model in your language. It's possible for French, Italian, Spanish. What do you want? I have 2 objectives, and it is my project for the Tech SEO Boost contest for this afternoon. My first objective is to create qualitative method to improve the quality of the text. And I don't want to replace human. It is impossible. I want to boost your creativity. I want to increase your creativity, to boost your productivity. It's very, very important. And the second objective is maybe to extract the knowledge learned by deep learning networks. It's possible and it is very interesting. So, another question, why other attempt has failed for French? Because you need a lot of data. For my small model, maybe more than 100,000 texts on only qualitative text is very, very hard to find. So it is why it's so difficult. It's just a question of data. I have a recipe for you. If you don't have a lot of text, you can use Gutenberg project. It is a free collection of ebooks. You can find Sherlock Holmes novel in all language, Victor Hugo, Shakespeare, Molière. And you need a deep learning framework. I use PyTorch. It is a Python library. And now you are ready to use GPT-2 from OpenAI. The first one is to train the model. You need a GPU. It's very important because it takes a long time to train a model. For a small model, maybe about 3 days. For strong model, about 1 month. And yes, 1 month, very long. But it is very important to have the good infrastructure. Step 2, you need a special format for your input. You cannot use directly your text. You need to transform your text. And the first method was to predict the next word. But if you want to predict the next word, you need a lot of computing power. For example, Victor Hugo used more than 10,000 different words for his novel. It's huge. But you can also predict the next character. But it's not a good method. It is too impressive. Because artificial intelligence can create new world, wide world. So the solution is to use bypair encoding. And bypair encoding can extract subword of your word in order to maybe find the best compromise between predict the next character and predict the next word. So, another question, how to create bypair encoding? A Python library named Sentence Spins. You can find it on GitHub. And sentence encoding is very interesting because it functions with all languages, with French, Spanish, what do you want? On English, of course. Okay, now the model is okay, data is okay. Go to the step 3, fine-tuning the model. It is the most important step. I think there are a lot of the documentation from GPT-2, but I tested a lot. First, you need to choose the vocabulary size, and it depends on your language. In French, we use a lot of words, so I need to try with 50,000 subwords. After, you can choose the embedding size. The default value is perfect. You can choose the size of intention. How many intentions between each keyword? And the last, you can choose the number of layers of your neural network. I think the more the better. Okay, I train my model. Now, after 3 days, maybe 1 week or one month, I am going to test. And maybe 2 very important parameters. The first parameter is token to generate. Simple parameter. It is the number of words you want to generate. But other parameter, very important, the top K. It is the possibility of incoming word between each token. So it's simple. The higher the value, the more your text deviates from the original. It's very important. So if you want a new text on very original, you need to increase this value. Are you ready? Result and quality. The result was very, very good for French, but I am sure it's good for all languages. I tested with Spanish and Italian. We evaluate with a native readers. It's very important. But imagine, you want to create a very long text. Maybe one day you want to create a book. You can use Python library like pile language tools. It's very useful to detect grammar error, syntax error, and so on. You can find my Google Colab notebook for the French here. You can take a photo if you want, but be careful. It is just an example using limited data. So it's very important. For me now, it is your turn to test with your data. Further, I found two very important SEO use cases. If top K is inferior to 10, on token, you generate a small sentence with only a few words. It's very interesting for anchor, for internal linking, or create variant of your title or of your meta. It is a high performance model because it can create a new sentence, a new short sentence in only 1 or 2 seconds. Another case is really interesting. Is to generate a very long text, more than 400 words, okay? But with a top K, very high, very original. So maybe it is a low performance model, but it is slow and complex. You can have some repetition, but it's very interesting for SEO because you can create a guide for your content from a specific query. If you want to extract this information, your guide, you can use POS. POS is part of speech. So you can identify name entities, adjective, and so on. Thank you very much for